Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to or back to my channel, Self Love Lexi. I'm just gonna fix my camera. Okay, I'm super excited for this video. We're going to be talking about the menstrual cycle for women. Now, when I first started learning about the menstrual cycle, I realized that myself as a woman knew pretty much absolutely nothing about my own body. And this is a universal experience. We aren't taught that much about the menstrual cycle in school. I had done a speech where I was talking about the cycle to a couple of students at my university, Laurier University, and I asked them to raise their hand if they knew that we had 4 phases. Maybe 10 of them raised their hand out of a place of like 30 people. Then I asked them to lower their hands if they did not know what cycle they were currently at, what phase they were currently at in their cycle. 7 of those people lowered their hands. Then I said, okay, out of you 3 people, lower your hands if you're currently on your period. Why I said this is because it's very obvious to tell when you're on your period. And 1 person had their hand standing. 1 person knew all the phases, knew where they were on the phase, and weren't on their periods. And this just shows how minimal education we get around women's bodies. And so I did do a lot of research because I'm a gym rat, is what you would call it. I go to the gym 6 days out of the week, except for Sunday, and now, except when I'm on my period. But I was not always like this. I used to push myself consistently, even when I felt like I was dying and drowning because of being on my menstrual cycle. If you are a gym girl, you are just naturally going to relate to what I have to say. There's certain times when you go to the gym and you feel like you're lifting the same weight, but it's so much heavier. This isn't because you're weak. This is because something's wrong with your body. This is just because you're at a different cyclical phase in your life. There are 4 phases that we as women go through every month. Okay? Now I'm going to talk about the research that I've done. Every woman, every body is different. So please do your own personal research on your own body. First, we're going to start with the menstrual cycle. Obviously, this cycle is when you're actively on your period, the lining is shedding, and there's a lot going on hormonally. We're more going to talk about the mood and how to really improve your experience. We think as women that having our periods is supposed to be the worst time of our month. It is the worst week. People hate it. It's not supposed to be like that. In fact, like, yes, you are going to have cramping because of the physical shedding in your uterus, but the extent to which people are cramping is not normal. I remember when I was younger in high school, I ran to the bathroom one day and I had such bad cramps that I started puking. And I was like, is this going to be my life forever? Like, oh my goodness, I can't do this. It's not. It does not need to be like this. So first we start with the menstrual again, lining, shedding your energy. You're in this mode of deep rest, hibernation mode, okay? Take time for yourself. Reset your body. In olden times, this is when women would intuitively collect and intuitively get messages and downloads just by being in each other's presence and resting, okay? Your mood, introspection, emotional release, and journaling. This is such a good time for doing deep inner work because you don't give a I don't know what I can say. You don't care what people think as much because you're just such low in energy. When you are super high in energy, people tend to critique more of what comes out of their mouth. When you're in your menstrual cycle, that's gone. That is literally gone. You don't care. You're just speaking your truth. Movement, light stretching, light yoga, mindful walks. Again, as a gym girly, I used to go even on my period, but what this does is it raises your cortisol. So when we're on our periods, naturally our body is going through a little more stress than normal. And so the rise of cortisol is already double the normal. Then you add on the stress of lifting weights and doing heavy exercises. That's going to triple the cortisol. And there's actually something called cortisol belly and cortisol face. And this translates to, if you know what like beer belly is, that's an example. People have stored fat, stress in their body because of the rise of cortisol. So it is very important to just rest when you need to. Next, we have the food that is optimal to consume when you are on your menstrual cycle. First one is iron, obviously losing a lot of blood, magnesium, B12, so like salmon, zinc, and antioxidants. I love me a kombucha all the time, excuse me. Have the kombucha. Have the kombucha. Creativity, plan new cycles. This is a time for deep introspection. Figure out what hasn't really worked before. Introspect, plan. Then relationships, you really crave emotional safety and intimacy. So this is when you want like the sweet nice guy, the sweet nice guy to take care of you. And you'll notice throughout these phases you actually become attracted to different types of people. Self-care is incredibly important. You will naturally just start crying because your hormones allow it to. When you cry, stress and cortisol are literally being released through your tears. Allow it to happen. So next we have the follicular. Your energy is getting a little bit back up. You're getting a little more amped up, a little more excited. Good time to have ideas and put them into motion, okay? Your mood is focused, curious, high functioning brain activity. Movement, this is when I start implementing like getting back into my normal heavy lifting routine. It's just normal for me at this point. Food, tropical fruits, fermented foods. For me, I love kimchi as fermented foods. It's also very good for your gut microbiome. And then fiber, iron. Creativity, brainstorm new ideas. This is the time to take action, to move, to go with the flow, and to have social gatherings because you are just feeling a little more upbeat, a little lighter, a little more exciting and excited. Self-care, say yes, exactly. Say yes, schedule traveling, schedule social gatherings, all that stuff. The next one is everyone's favorite, and this is ovulation. This is when you're feeling magnetic, fertile, and expressive. Okay, so mood is social, confident, and charismatic. This is just naturally, and okay, when I'm on my ovulation, I will hit PRs all week. Unfortunately, it is the smallest, it is the shortest time frame of any of the other phases. So, for example, menstrual cycle is like 0 to 5. Ovulation is like 4 days, which, yeah, honestly, our human body is interesting. Movement, I do PRs, do what you would like. Food, omega-3s, sea moss, fish, glow foods, nuts. Then creativity, peak productivity. Literally, this is the time to boom, 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 boom. Take action. Take action to every one of your goals. This is the time to peak it and do it, okay? Relationships, you're flirty, you're extroverted. This is when you want to kind of plan dates. This is when you want to maybe try online dating or those blind dates because you are super in this magnetic, beautiful, sensual energy. And a reason for this as well is because we are higher in testosterone. A lot of people are like, why am I so when I'm ovulating? Well, my love, that is literally because we're searching for a genetic match. We're looking to have kids and we're searching for that genetic match. So, and then self-care, public speaking, dating, connection, creation. Those are the big things. This is a time to really, again, just take action, go do your stuff, put yourself out there, feel yourself, feel confident, feel magnetic. You will feel good in your ovulation. Then the last one, but definitely not least, honestly, a lot of people that I've talked to hate the luteal more than the menstrual cycle. This is the lead up to the menstrual. This is the lead up to the hibernation. Some people get cramps. Some people get extremely moody in this phase. So this is less social, crave comfort, and high boundaries. Okay, your energy is winding down, is very grounding energy. Your movement, for me, I really focus on form instead of weight. In my follicular and ovulation, I'm heavily focused, obviously at form the whole time, but I'm focused more on getting that weight up, hitting PRs, and that sort of thing. But in my luteal, I'm dropping the weight a little bit and really slowing down, focusing on form. Food, fiber, healthy fats like avocados are really good. Grounding and comforting meals, soup. I love soup. And I think it's because it's winter, if you're Canadian, you're going to want to have that more hot soup, tea, sort of things that you're digesting, digesting, because that's good for your body. I recently learned, I went to an acupuncturist, and she had told me that I was eating too many raw foods and my body was like working on overdrive trying to metabolize them. So it is very important to eat hot food. And I also learned that like things like ice water and ice lattes you really shouldn't be having, which sucked to find out because I love me some ice lattes. So yeah, comfort food, soups. When I'm back at university, I meal prep. And so what I'm going to start doing is getting bone broth with lentils because they're super high in protein and fiber, and then just frozen vegetables. And I'm going to meal prep my soup for the week. I'm super excited about that. Creativity, raw, bold, magnetic content. If you are somebody who posts content, this is the time to create polarizing content. What is polarizing? Basically, you will get answers of people who either love you or hate you. There's no in between. There's no in between. And that's the perfect spot to be. I want to be so authentic that I either like attract you in or completely repel you. So relationships, attracted to sweet, calm men, testosterone drops. So in follicular and ovulatory, you're really focused on masculine men with deep voices and muscles, just naturally, just biologically. But in the luteal and menstrual, we're really looking for comfortable men, men that we feel comforted and safe around. Self-care, extra sleep, close friends, receive and rest. Okay? I love this quote. I forget who it's by, but us women are not mini men's. Men function on a 24-hour period. We function on a 4-week cycle. And even our face changes during this cycle. The way we need sleep changes. The way that we eat changes. The way our attitude changes. So many things change in a woman just off of a month. But here are some things to make your periods a little better. One, when you're in your luteal phase, please at the very end, cut out processed foods. Cut out sugar, all that stuff. It'll make your periods go by so much later. And as somebody who told you in the beginning of this video, I literally was puking because of the pain I was experiencing on my period. To now somebody who either barely notices it or like has slight cramps that are natural because of the shedding. Another one, which you guys are gonna hate me for, is stop drinking coffee in your luteal and through your menstrual cycle. It is going to create so much more pain for your body. And just sleep and rest, especially in this day and age where hustle culture is so highlighted. As a woman, we're not made for that. We're actually not even made for the 9 to 5, but that's a different story. This is a time for you to completely rest, to completely go into your body and connect to yourself. Obviously, I can't just tell everyone, quit your job, don't go for a week. That's not realistic in this day and age. But what you can do is literally set aside time where you are just introspective. You light a candle, you have a bath, you make a tea, you have a face mask, you stay off your phone. Maybe you're putting on beautiful frequencies and you're really just in tune with your body. And please don't tell me you don't have time. Look at your screen time, and please tell me you don't have time because you do. It's hard to do things for yourself when the world teaches you to do them for everybody else. Just to recap, menstrual, deep introspection, deep rest, okay? You're going to feel a little moody potentially. Then we have the follicular. This is when you're starting to feel good about yourself, better, more energy, starting to really take action. Or starting to plan. Then ovulation, you're feeling amazing. You're feeling magnetic, confident, sexy, sensual. This is when you want to actually take action, okay? Then we have the luteal. This is when you're winding down. We want to slow down a little bit, almost go with the flow and be more intuitive with our bodies, care for our bodies a lot. And then we have the menstrual cycle. Oh, I just said that. So, so yeah, that's the full 4 cycles. If you have any questions, please comment and let me know. If you want, I have a whole poster that I made that is on my Instagram. You can just go to my link in bio. You go to freebies and you'll see on that little spot, if you scroll down, it has 4 phases and then dash menstrual cycle. You can print that out. I have mine printed. I'm pretty sure right there. That's mine printed. I also have one printed at university. So if you want this free poster where you can literally track and see where you are in your cycle, go to my Instagram bio, download that for free, and while you're at it, join my free community, lovely ladies. We would love to have you there. Something I posted recently on it is an actionable step you can take towards making 2026 your best year yet, because we do not claim writing down what you want and never picking up the journal again. Absolutely not. Not over here. I love you. I love you so much. Thank you for watching. Also, I do these live videos. If you ever are on these live videos, please ask me questions. It doesn't even have to be related to the video. I love seeing your questions and I love answering them. So it is almost New Year's. Have a fantastic New Year's wherever you are. Mwah.